Page 90 Secret of the Method Final Episode, The Inheritance of Light. Pages 90, Closing Chapter. Every time you remember that patience carries a great reward, and you hold back your anger, you rise in honor, now and forever. But whenever you rush, you are deprived. This is how divine law works. You are punished not by pain, but by absence, by not realizing how ungrateful you were, until what you had is gone. The reward of patience is immense, because it carries certainty and good suspicion of God's justice. Not every hardship is truly hardship. Not every deprivation is loss. For patience against desire is itself proof of strength, and struggle against whim is a form of sacred victory. And there the struggle begins. The struggle of the pen. It may at times be mightier than the sword. Through words, hearts unite. Through words, souls awaken. Through words, people fall in love with truth. Then obey it. Then live and die for it. Even before you speak to them. And what then when you speak? The word pierces deeper than iron. It enters hearts without war, and reforms without blood. That is the miracle of the sincere pen. But if battle is imposed upon you, then know. Paradise lies beneath the shade of swords. Paradise under the shade of swords. Rejoice, then, for what awaits you is not loss, but the hastened gift of glory. Your healing and your joy are on their way. Patience also means restraint. To spend not for desire, but for purpose. To take what you wanted for yourself and give it to those who need it most. The money is the same, but the intention transforms it into eternity. It is not the same sacrifice. When you act with consciousness, with restraint, with love, you ignore the chatter of people. Do good in secret. Avoid praise. And trust the unseen. That is the kind of patience that builds worlds, because you know that victory comes by trust and preparation, not by indulgence. Work is the right of humanity, not comfort. The right is to struggle, to build, to reform, not to surrender to the noise of others, or the laziness of the soul. The whisper of the devil is always, "Rest, you deserve it." But that rest is often a grave being dug by your own hands. Beware, then, of silencing a voice of truth, of belittling a sincere one, of envying the gifted, of mocking the righteous. Do not tarnish what God has made beautiful. If He has covered someone's faults, praise Him, thank Him, and extend the same mercy to others. If you learned from someone, thank them, for to benefit from another's knowledge without gratitude is theft of the soul, and the stingiest of all is he who forgets to send blessings upon. Our Master Muhammad Letteref DFA, teacher of all creation, that stinginess deprives you of unseen grace. Even neglecting to greet God's servants is a deprivation you may never notice. So weep, for every moment your heart was asleep, for every truth you ignored, for every good you consumed. Without thanks, all of this begins within. You may not even realize the wrongs you've done. Perhaps your knowledge is outward, not rooted inward. That is why we call to inner knowledge, the science of sincerity. For only when the outer and inner unite does faith become light. No hypocrisy, no pride, no disease of the heart, only love. For God, in God, and through God. If your action is sincere for God, your intention clear, and your goal pure, then it no longer matters what people say about you. If you choose asceticism, they may call you stingy. If you choose simplicity, they may call you strange. Let them speak. You know your Lord. You know that you are not obliged to give your wealth to the foolish, nor your energy to the heedless. They may accuse, judge, and misunderstand, but their blindness is their trial, not yours. So you hold back. You act when wisdom calls, and refrain when silence is sacred. Some will think you wasteful. Others will call you envious. But God knows your heart. He knows you love the poor, not out of resentment, but out of justice. For the rich have stolen from them too long. Let them fume when balance returns. And so you embrace your brother in faith. You forgive him when he errs, even when he hurts you, for you know he is trapped in his own storm. In Moroccan wisdom, he's forced, doesn't know how to act. If he stopped for you, he'd stop the whole fire. If he rushed, he'd burn himself before you. So forgive. Excuse others, so that God may excuse you. Put yourself in their place, so that mercy may find you. That is the secret knowledge of patience, knowledge that cannot be learned, but granted by divine guidance. And then you realize, everything has its place. Everything has its time. Every being has a moment to speak. But for now, it is commanded to be silent. Even what seems lifeless is alive with divine obedience. When God commands, it will speak. Just as the palm trunk cried for the prophet FDFA, the gazelle spoke to him, and the she-camel complained to him. All creation awaits its moment, and so do we.